DD214 Gaming Podcast is for mature audiences only. Any videos, music, or entertainment not originating from DD214 Gaming is used and covered under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976, also known as fair use. Opinions expressed are our own and do not represent any DoD or U.S. government entities as a whole. This podcast is for entertainment purposes only. Viewer and listener discretion is advised. You are no longer alone now, because we have you.
And here we are, and there it goes, and the show starts, and here it flows. What's going on, everybody? Brandon here in the house.
Holy shit. Yeah. Yeah, who else is like completely fucking exhausted right now? Just me?
It's probably just you. I mean, no one worked as hard as you did this week.
I don't know. I don't necessarily know about that, but maybe like me in like the last like 36 to 48 hours, possibly, maybe. Like, you know, was it hard? Was it hard work? Was I hardly working? Like, we'll never know. But I definitely know like my body is fucking absolutely exhausted right now. How are you guys?
I'm great, man. It was a creative week. It was a busy week. We had a good time. We hung out. I mean, what about you, Squillini?
It was a good week. I mean, just fucking work, dude. Like, that shit is starting to piss me off. As of Friday, when I clocked out of our team of 17, we have lost 7 people. They just quit.
Oh, shit.
Oh, dude.
So,
guys, I'm gonna be right back. The dogs are crying. I'll be right back. Okay. I'm so sorry.
Okay.
Keep talking, Joe. I got questions for you, dude. I got questions. I'll be right back.
Okay, so your whole team's gone?
Almost the whole fucking team.
What the hell happened?
Our new directors pissed everybody off.
You predicted that?
I've already that. Well, I'm not going to go into a lot of details here since this is, live, public, on the internet.
Yeah, you don't know who's watching.
But yeah, no, we had our level 1 team went from 5 people down to 2 people now. And then my team went from 12 people down to 6 or 7, something like that.
What?
Joe, is your company gonna go belly up, or are we gonna be like unemployed Joe again in like a week or two, or what? Like what the hell's happening?
I don't, because it's just
scary?
within my department.
Are you scared?
No.
Okay.
And the reasoning behind that is
he's got experience.
Well, I've got experience, and I've already had 5 interviews within the first week of our new director coming in for other companies.
Okay.
Like, second I met the guy, I started interviewing to jump ship. And so did almost everybody else. Hence why we've got people dropping like flies now.
Yeah. Well, all their jobs got accepted, I guess.
So
well, if you have marketable skills in the current job market, guess what? Like, you can shop around, and you're not beholden to like any one company or corporate conglomerate that just wants to suck you fucking dry anyways.
Yeah, it's just a matter of just a matter, like, for me, it's just a matter of the job has to pay at least what I'm making now, if not more.
Right.
In order for me to financially be able to accept.
I'm surrounded by assholes.
So, I mean, that yesterday we had a cookout, did a 12-pound brisket.
Dude, how was that, by the way? It looked flipping delicious.
You were cooking that thing early.
Yeah.
I had her on the she went down on the smoker at 7 a.m. Came off about 6:30, 7 o'clock last night. She was juicy.
Oh, it was a she.
I would say
the beef you cooked was a she.
Well, yeah, cows. The feed cows are females. Bulls are the male version of a cow. John, like basic.
You never thought about that, did you, John? Never thought about that. Just eating all the.
So every steak you've ever ate, every burger you've ever ate has been a female.
You've been eating them girls out, bro. Just eating them out, dude. Like your whole life. Never even knew it, did you?
So, we did that. It was pretty good. I tried. This was the first time I've done a brisket. So normally I do pork shoulders and other like ribs and stuff like that. This was my first brisket. So probably not the best time to do a brisket when you plan on 30 people because you don't know how it's going to fucking turn out.
But how did it turn out?
I think it turned out pretty good. I think I need to figure out the heat ratio for the smoker for brisket because it wasn't overcooked and it wasn't undercooked, but it wasn't perfect.
Got you. I know exactly.
Like it wasn't
about. Barbecue. It wasn't no fucking joke. Barbecue. Is no fucking joke.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a
science.
It's like that wasn't what I just ate wasn't bad, but it wasn't perfect either. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
I know exactly what he's talking about.
There's just enough tweaks that I need to make to perfect it. And the thing is with like pork shoulders, I've done in the last year and a half, I've probably done 110 pork shoulders.
Jesus.
And I've got that down to an exact science.
Right.
In the smoker, this many logs is what I need. I keep the logs in there. I replace the logs every 3 hours with fresh logs for smoke. With the brisket, now I have to get that science down and figure it out exactly. Well, this is what I need to do for this long. I also need to figure out my dry rub because I tried something new that I saw on TikTok on a barbecue. I do. Fucking John. So I follow a lot of like barbecue pages on TikTok and stuff. And I wanted to try a coffee rub.
Interesting.
So it's literally ground coffee, sugar, salt, pepper, paprika, and it gives it more of a blackened color. And I wasn't a big fan of the rub.
Okay. And
because it kind of the coffee.
This was a straight up experiment. You did like a straight up experiment, like with this,
meat science, baby.
With this brisket, like you were not like you're not playing around here. Like
this was
straight up like
this was me letting everybody know. Listen, this is first one I've done. If it's not good, let me know. If you've got ideas where I can tweak it, let me know because I want that criticism so I can perfect the formula for the next time. For me,
how we're tell me about. I was just going to tell John. I'd be more willing to bet that the people there actually like really enjoyed it, and you were kind of like harder on yourself than everybody else was. So like,
and that's actually exactly what kind of fucking happened.
I was waiting for it because I was like I know you. You are so much harder on you. You're just like me. You're so much harder on yourself. You're so much harder on yourself.
The thing is, for me, so I'm a big. I love coffee. I love drinking coffee. I love my coffee like I like my men, strong and black.
You're damn right. You are damn right.
But in my opinion, the coffee rub made the meat have a little bit too much of a tartness to it.
Kiss me on my hot mouth. I'm feeling romantic.
So for me, it was a little off. Everybody else was like, dude, that rub's great. The flavor's good. I did get, a couple people agreed with me on the it wasn't undercooked, it wasn't overcooked, but
Something was off. Something was off.
There was something off with the tenderness of the meat. And what I thought about after the fact was what I needed to do was when I picked the brisket up on Friday, I should have dropped it in a brine overnight.
Oh, listen to this.
To tenderize the meat further.
Tenderize that fucking meat, bro.
Before doing the dry rub and throwing it on the smoker. Because if I did a saltwater brine overnight and then dry rub onto the smoker, it would have been that perfect tenderness that you expect from a brisket.
Right.
So that I kind of figured out right away, like, this is what I need to do next time.
That's awesome. That's like
so before I do the next one, I'm gonna go buy a cheap ass igloo cooler from fucking Walmart. That's gonna be my brine cooler.
Yep.
Where I can just ice water a fucking whole ass thing of fucking salt, drop the brisket in there overnight, let it sit, pull it out the next morning, drop my dry rub on it, smack it on the smoker, and we should be good to go.
Oh yeah.
So I mean, I figured that part out. Now it's figuring the temperature part out for the smoker, because again, beef versus pork, two totally different beasts.
Right. And that's
so
yeah.
So I mean, that's the rundown for me. I mean, outside of that, it was good overall. It was hot as shit yesterday. So I did was
I've been hearing some fucking horror stories from the South, dude. Like, I've been hearing some fucking horror stories.
So literally what I did yesterday, so I've got the brisket on the smoker. I grabbed my the fiance's little 32-ounce Yeti thermos. It fits 4 12-ounce cans of beer.
Nice.
I filled that up, threw my swim trunks on, go to the pool. Once the thermos was emptied, it was time to refill. That meant it was time to check on the meat and refill my beer. Right. And I just bounced back and forth between the pool and the fucking smoker because it was too damn hot to just be outside with all day like that. So, I mean, it was a good day. We didn't come in last night till like fucking 1:30, 2 o'clock this morning. Just sitting outside, talking, hanging out. Had the cops driving around the complex looking for somebody while we were all out there drunk as shit.
Just not helping. Just not helping. Just like it's just not making it easy for anybody.
But yeah, so that was my week. What about you, John?
Well, it was just podcast. Before I get to the podcasting, I started off, we watched the American Gladiators documentary.
The one on Netflix?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, I want to hear about this because like I keep passing it, and I'm like, do I really want to watch it or not?
So the first thing that caught my eye was the American Gladiators. I was a huge fan growing up. I actually liked the American Gladiators more than I liked like the WWF and WWE WWE at the time. And I was such a huge fan. I loved the heroes. I loved the way they look. I just used to sit there and just like be enamored by these characters. And the second thing that caught my eye was unauthorized documentary. So I was like, oh, this is gonna be truthful. And
boy, tell all like fucking spill the guts. And fucking...
Now it has everything that you expect, but not at the extreme you expect.
Okay, fair.
Tell
us a little bit. Tell us a little bit.
Well, obviously, during that time, everyone was taking fucking steroids.
Duh. So, like, go back. The 1980s equates steroids for like movies and TV.
Yeah,
like that's it. Like straight up, everybody was on roids.
And so at that time, they didn't really, there weren't many regulations on it. It was just becoming a thing, and so American Gladiators apparently was the forefront of how do you say? Actually, no, it's a forefront of something else, which I'll get to. But the
Okay.
steroid use, a lot of them did admit to taking undetectable steroids, undetectable hormones, and things like that. A lot of them, and we're talking about Gemini's in it, Nitro, Ice,
Nice.
Zap, all the originals, the OGs.
Fucking
Okay,
those are the only ones I fucking remember, bro.
Yeah, and those are the only ones that really matter. So like it goes through the history of how the show started, how this Elvis impersonator started the show, and
Oh man, I didn't know that. I didn't fucking know that. I didn't know that shit. Like,
but it was they spent so much money on it, but these guys only made $500 an episode. They made any money, so then they went on tour. Yeah, and then they had to go on tour, and the tour, they got along and stuff like that. But the problem was they were getting hurt, just like the WWE wrestlers. They had time, so they had to hire more people. People were getting injured. This and that. There were a lot of, but it wasn't controversial. It was all the things that you would expect in the 1990s of a production company taking money and taking advantage of a group of people.
Right.
Because that's exactly what this documentary was about.
Television movies has a long, well, pretty much the entirety of since moving pictures was fucking invented. Like television and movies has this disgusting history of exploitation. Like that is the only fucking word for it. Like it's not fucking fleecing. It's not taking advantage. Let's just call it what the fuck it is. It's straight up exploitation of the people that star in the moving pictures, right? When they created this fucking thing and they made moving pictures, and especially when they added sound, and then when they added fucking color, exploitation.
Yeah, and it's funny too because all of them look great except you remember Malibu?
Very vaguely.
He had the long Barbie blonde hair, surfer dude, kind of,
Yep.
He's the only one that let himself go. Every single one of them, they look like they still kept at it, but this was the one documentary that you can watch, and there was actually a happy ending for everybody, and
dope. That's dope. That makes my fucking heart sing, dude. They all got bro.
Yeah, they got it done, and it was actually kind of inspiring to see that the American Gladiators, and that there were so many iterations that they tried to bring back, and it was interesting because at the end of the documentary, I'm thinking, now that they have this mentality and they kind of went through all the issues that American Gladiators was having, why can't they, the originals? I mean, obviously, I don't think they would. I think maybe two of them, like Nitro and Zap, they would definitely do the show. They would still do it, But one of them,
bang.
Yeah, that would still want to do it. But I think that if they were to bring them back and have it regulated, and they're like the overseers of the whole thing and judges and shit like that, I think that it would have lasted. Because tell me now, American Gladiators would have lasted now. If it debuted today, it would have lasted.
Well, the only one I remember from the new one is Gina Carano.
That's right. Yeah.
I remember when Gina Carano, she started in MMA and then she got it, or she kind of started she was already in MMA, but women's MMA was not very big. And she was one of the first new lady gladiators, and I remember I vividly remember that. That's
interesting. And then she was Cara Dune, and we all know what happened with that.
Just saying. Bro.
But it was such a cool documentary. I enjoyed it. I'll watch it again. I'll watch it again. But that was really cool. We started watching a new show called Hijack.
Okay. What's that about?
So it's Idris Elba in a plane, and he's like a negotiator, and there's a hijacking that happens, right? Now, so far the show is good. We're 3 episodes in. Show's really good, right? But something really bothered me. Okay, now, if there's a hijacking, there's going to be guns, right?
Well, you said it's on a plane?
It's on the plane.
Well, in a post 9/11 world, typically there wouldn't be, but you can fucking fly with weapons, and usually they're in the cargo hold.
Yeah. So
go ahead. Sorry.
The show starts off in Dubai, and they're saying we're the most secure airport, but there's fucking 9 dudes with guns in the fucking plane. They don't look 3D printed either.
Were they allowed on? Have you gotten that far in the show? Were they just allowed on, or how does that even?
Say that again, Jay.
Were they allowed on the plane? Like, has the show gotten into how they got the guns on the plane, or is that part? Is that like a plot device? Is that part of the plot, or like
we haven't gotten there yet. We know that
Okay.
we know that 5 people on the plane don't exist.
okay?
That's another.
So this is like a thriller. Who done it? Why? And and it's all it just obviously if it's a TV show, like it's gonna have an ending because you can't hijack a new plane every season.
Yeah,
So
each hour is an episode.
okay, so it's like it's like in real time basically.
Yeah. It's from Dubai to London. It's got great production. It's very enticing. The whole like, oh boy, what's gonna happen next thing is kind of interesting.
Okay.
And the only reason, and I'm only giving you minimal because it's one of those shows. If I tell you too much about certain characters, it really it's a very interesting show, but they really need to explain the security reasoning behind 8 guns being on the plane, and
I have a feeling that they were allowed on. That would be my that's my guess.
That's another theory. We think the pilot's in on it, but we don't know.
Right.
But it's a really cool show. I enjoy it. It's my filler for All Mankind because we're still waiting for that show to come back.
Right.
And but yeah, I mean, some really good shows, man. I feel like I watched something else this week, but I don't remember. I really can't remember off the top of my head.
That happens to us too. Like we'll watch a random movie and like I want to talk about it on the podcast, and then like I forget by the time the podcast comes up like what movie I watched. Because like we're just, like the weeks get so busy and you're doing so much other stuff. It's just like, oh crap, like I don't even remember at this point. Like, but that's why we're all like we're middle aged. So like we're gonna forget shit like that.
Yeah, and then the usual worked on some podcasts. I actually cheap plug. I released a new episode of Cleaning Friends. It's called Deep Throat Dog.
Oh fuck yeah, dude.
Yeah, you have to listen to it to understand the meaning. Yeah, it's a story about a dog who deep throated Arnold Palmer, and it's
nice.
It's not what you think it is. It's not exactly what it is, but you'll get it. You have to. But new episode came out. It's hilarious. There's a lot of stuff. There's Yumi and Lore is coming to an end with Death Stranding, so they're going to be taking votes for the next game. So keep an eye on that.
Good for them, dude.
And then there's also, I mean, I was looking at, I've been going through the YouTube stuff, since we made, the transition to YouTube, trying to figure out what's next. Like that whole meat science conversation, that's going to be a whole clip that I'm going to upload.
Good. Do it.
Like that's good stuff. And I've been really in like a productive mood these last couple of days. I've been like, I'm waking up, I'm just like, there's so much good stuff happening. There's so much good content that I'm thinking of.
Like it's like Saturday morning and you wake up at 6 a.m. bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. Fucking just get after it. Like use the energy when you fucking have the energy.
Yeah.
Don't ever question it. Just fucking use it.
And actually, I'm going to bring this up too. I had this little powwow with Gonzo and Shango yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
And this is going to lead us to the next thing that we were just talking about, Jay, that we were going to do real quick. And doing a meetup, we keep on talking about it. I feel like it's going to happen, if not this year, which it doesn't look like it could be this year. It's already fucking July.
It's going to be August, like in a blink, and that's when you're on the downslope of the fucking year. So it's like
it really looks like next year is going to be the time. So that we can get together, do some Kansas City shit. Maybe there'll be a concert or something. But I've been really thinking about it, man. It's gonna happen, and I think that we start planning now. I'm thinking maybe next spring or next summer.
I think it's a great idea. Like I'm trying to hit up my homies in Arizona because
I'm just trying to go to Kansas City again.
Well, also next year because I'm old as fuck. Next year is my 25th high school reunion. And as of this moment, I haven't been to a single one yet, and I kind of actually wanted to go back. I haven't been back to Tucson in a while, so I'm kind of like overdue. So I was like, fucking 2024 25th reunion, like that'll give you a reason to fucking go back to Tucson for a couple days and shoot the shit with some cactus and fucking homies. You know what I mean?
I love that, man.
Yeah. I'm telling you guys right now, like Kansas City is not perfect, okay? Kansas City is so much more than like what the rest of the country fucking thinks it is. And it is such a wonderful place, and it's kind of in this city is kind of in the middle of a renaissance. And so like there's so much going on, there's so much happening here right now. It's just a very bustling and kind of like happening place to be right now. And I think next year is only going to like extend that like further.
I agree.
You know what I mean? So
I agree. And so now this is going to segue to the next thing. I want to do this. I've been thinking about this all week. Squillini, you've been a very integral part of this podcast now. You've been here. You've been, you've given us your opinions. You've given us your love, your passion. And I'm just going to say for anyone you guys are witnessing here right now, as of today, we, DD214, are going to be upgrading you to the official admin of the DD214 Network. You've done, it's well deserved. You have a lot of great ideas. You brought so much into it. You brought a group of people to join us, and then on top of that, you're also a really fucking cool guy, and I like you a lot more than I thought. When we first met,
I wouldn't say I brought a group of people. I brought two different communities together.
Yeah, that I like that. I like that, and it's really cool. And I just want to say thank you. You're the fucking man. And as we're talking, I'm actually going to do the thing right now. But yeah, man, you're the guy.
I stepped in because y'all needed help, and that's all there is to it. I mean, I've just been here to help, and I've enjoyed the fucking ride these last. God, it was before Christmas when I came on.
Yeah.
Oh yes, it was.
Well before.
It
was before even fucking Halloween.
I've been doing some deep dives, and yes, it was well before. I can promise you, it was well before that. Like it was. I think August will make a year that I've been on the show. At least. Yes. So that's like I like how you very aptly put it. Like because we needed help. the thing with me and John is, and what makes me and John a lot smarter than like I'd say like your average Yogi Bear is we're not afraid to fucking ask for help. We're not afraid to ask for help.
Yeah.
We're not afraid to ask for help.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And that's that's the big thing. You gotta ask for help.
You were the right flavor we needed too, that extra piece.
I'm wishing I didn't open this beer and I just shotgunned it like I planned on doing.
Third time's a charm, right?
To you. What'd you say, John?
Third time's a charm.
Third time is we don't, listen, you and me have not really changed one bit. You know what I mean? It's kind of like the podcast the podcast has kind of evolved and changed around us. And that's that's basically like the extent of like what it like how it occurred. You know what I mean?
I would say going back and watching old episodes from before I was on, back when there was another third. That's the other Joe that used to be here.
That guy.
We still love Joe. We still do.
We still do. He's still loved. He's just an asshole.
Because we're not, right? Because we're not, right?
No, I would just say definitely I've kind of mellowed it out a little bit around here.
I'd say, and
you know what?
Because the amount of rants you go on, Jade, now since I've been on the show compared to before I was here,
you rant more than me. You rant more than me now. Like, and I like that too, because then we can kind of balance each other out a little bit. Like, so like we can both work.
But when I rant, I don't go as hard as you do when you rant.
No, and that's my mouth has been a constant source of like nervousness for both me and John, because there are days when like I get a little emotional about stuff, a little, right? I get a little emotional about stuff, and when I go on my little spiels, it can be funny sometimes, but other times it's like, Jesus, Jay, like you're gonna get assassinated, like you know what I mean?
I mean, shit. Like, for the love of God, the 2 times we've got zucked in the last 6 months, I thought it was because of your mouth.
So did I.
Because you were in the middle of a rant both fucking times it happened. Yep. You were in the middle of one of your fucking rants, just going hard on some shit. And the next thing you know, we got fucking zucked and took down. And it's like, God damn it, Jay.
Like, yeah. And then and like, yeah. That's
only for us to find out that the last time wasn't because of you, it was because of my enemies.
Well, you know what? Enemy of my enemy is a friend, and
That's right.
That makes Zuck our friend actually, because that's how we found out who it was. So
Yeah.
people want to play with us, dude. Like we can play too, but
I still think he's gonna win against Elon.
Oh my god, I don't even want to give fucking space in my head to that.
No,
bullshit.
I know.
I hope they both accidentally break each other's necks, accidentally, like simultaneously. That would be great. That'd be like the fucking perfect ending for fucking that
Jay,
fight.
this is gonna give you something to fucking rant about.
Here we fucking go.
If it's pay-per-view, I will pay to watch the fucking Elon Zuck fight.
I will fucking hurt you if you do. If you don't fucking pirate that shit.
I have a website for you.
Joe,
right,
I will beat your fucking ass if you don't fucking pirate that shit, you motherfucker. Don't you fucking dare.
Tell him I have a website for it.
Spend your goddamn hard-earned fucking money on those two fucking cucks, dude. Fuck no.
Jay, let this guy know how many websites I have.
Oh.
Listen, we don't need your OnlyFans link, John.
I am threatening physical violence if you fucking
it's not mine.
Those cucks. Okay, I'm threatening it. Okay, this is a threat.
Oh man. So Jay
live on the internet, everybody heard that, right?
Yeah, we heard it.
This is a legally binding statement. I will fucking hurt you. Okay, like
next thing you know, there's a lawyer.
It's like, God damn it, dude. Go ahead, John. What were you gonna say?
Oh man, but yeah, you had a hell of a week.
More like a hell of a weekend. Like everything up to that part was just fine and dandy and like pretty hunky dory normal. Okay, like the last 2 days of my life have been like, well, fairly amazing, but at the same time like completely exhausting. Like we were joking earlier before the show. Like you can kind of see like my eyes and like how fucking exhausted I fucking look. It's no fucking joke. Like I am exhausted. Absolutely.
The shadow from the bill of your hat actually helps cover that up.
Oh, does it? Well,
yeah.
Yeah. So, all right, here we fucking go.
There's Jay.
Yeah.
In the towel.
Yeah. The only difference is I didn't have to hide my face because I actually worked there, right? So, hey, John, do you want to roll that beautiful bean footage, dude? And we'll talk about Taylor Swift. How about that?
T-Swizzle.
Here she comes. Oh wait, John. You got the Roadhouse, bro? Roadhouse?
I thought we decided we weren't doing the Roadhouse.
I don't remember.
You were just doing it as part of your weekend review and just
going
to rant about it.
We'll do the road, but it'll be a long. Okay, don't worry about it. I was getting ready to go into okay, that's cool. All right.
We confused ourselves. It's all
Clearly.
good.
That's why we need help. That's why we need fucking help. Anywho. All right, so
it's a big stage.
Before I'm gonna get into that. Oh my fucking god! Like, just god fucking damn it, dude. Like, all right, so I'm gonna have to preface this whole thing by saying there are not a lot of words to describe how extra this entire thing was. Okay, and when I say extra, I mean on every conceivable level. Okay, there was so much more to this than I have ever seen in any other show, sporting event, venue. Okay, like when I say extra, I am talking like massively leagues and steps beyond. This woman is so fucking far ahead of the curve. Okay, like it is unreal. Okay, there are so many different things I can go into, and I'm going to here in a second. But what I wanted to start out by saying and preface with was there aren't really a lot of words for it, because this shit was fucking extra. All right,
extra.
We've been hearing all fucking year about how goddamn expensive this thing is, and like ticket prices are out of control and blah blah blah. Okay, I ain't got like 2 G's to throw down on a fucking ticket, but I bet every single one of these motherfuckers walked out of there fucking saying it was worth it. And that is really hard for me as the type of person I am, especially with how I feel about money and capitalism and stuff like that. It's really hard for me to fucking quantify that I am going to say like it was probably fucking worth every penny. Okay. I got to see it fucking twice. All right. I got paid to see it twice. That's my version of capitalism. I get paid to do the shit that fucking everybody else pays out the ass for, right? Same as the Army, right? Like, you want to fucking shoot guns and throw hand grenades? Fucking here. You want to get paid to do it? Fuck yeah, bro. Let's fucking hit that shit. Right? God damn it. All right. So Taylor Swift, John, you can pull that down for just a second. It's kind of distracting me. It's like it's giving me fucking great memories, right? All right.
Oh, God forbid you have those.
I know. Why in the fuck would I ever want to hold on to the good memories, right? No.
Oh my God.
Real quick before I start going kind of like line by line over the show and like what I experienced, I want to compare this show to two other shows that I've seen that are kind of like a step above, and then that'll kind of get, you know, I can get more into like how far ahead Taylor Swift is. Okay, so last year, me and my Nikki, we went and saw Tool in Omaha. Okay, fucking amazing fuck. Oh, absolutely one of the absolute best concerts I've ever seen in my life. They are fucking light years ahead of the curve. Okay, it's fucking Tool. Okay, amazing sonic and visual experience, light years ahead of the curve. Taylor Swift fucking blew him out of the water last night. In 2019, before fucking COVID happened, I saw fucking Slayer on their fucking final world tour. Amazing fucking show. Fucking pyro everywhere. Fucking amazing visual and sonic experience. Fucking Taylor Swift fucking blew them out of the fucking water.
You also saw Starset, who's also really good with their concert performances.
Oh yes. Like I've seen.
I've said it too. Not a big fan of them, but you admitted that they played a hell of a fucking show.
That's right, and I can appreciate production value. I can appreciate entertainment and entertainers.
You mind if I throw in some like production concerts to?
Go ahead.
You keep talking.
Yeah,
I'll show it.
No, you're fine. It is, and that's why I really wanted to preface with that, because Taylor Swift, what I experienced on Friday and Saturday, okay, being last night and the night before for us going live this morning on Sunday, what I experienced was so far beyond anything I've ever experienced before. Like it is legitimately hard to describe like how much better her production, her entertainment, her as a fucking entertainer, period. Okay? Kanye was fucking dead wrong, dude. Like, oh, by the way, Beyonce's coming to fucking Arrowhead in October. She just pushed her date back. I can't wait to fucking work that show just so I can compare the two. Okay? And I got fucking money that says fucking her show ain't fucking shit compared to Taylor Swift's, dude. There's no fucking way. I'm going to call it right now. There's no fucking way. Okay?
Gonna go from watching from pulling security at a Beyonce concert to that Sunday pulling security for a Chiefs game.
Do you guys see that? Like, John, go back to that stage if you can see the stage. So like the main stage is in like one end zone, okay, and then it goes out and it kind of made that it makes that diamond shape in the middle. That's about midfield, and then where it goes out into a T, that's close to the fucking opposite end zone. This 34-year-old woman played a 40+ song set both nights, and she was walking up and down that motherfucker the entire goddamn time.
I'd die.
Friday fucking night.
Look how big that stage is, bro.
I do want to point out the fact that me and Taylor Swift are the exact same age.
34. She's fucking dude. She was born in 1989. It's like one of her fucking albums or some shit. I don't.
I'm 34 also.
You seem to know a lot, Jay.
I know a lot more after fucking 2 nights of that shit. Are you kidding me?
Like two nights, and he's a Swiftie. He's got the whole knowledge.
I got face fucked, bro. I got face fucked.
No
shit, bro.
John, let me reverse to last week's episode when he started talking about how he was working this weekend.
Oh, he was already
and how he already said he was a Swiftie. So he's just a bigger Swiftie now because now he's seen her live and sees the production value behind her.
Hold on. John, what do I always judge fucking concerts and performers and performances on? When I do security.
Oh shit, dude!
Just said it like a week or two ago.
Dude, you've said a few of them throughout this show, though. The fans. Yep, the energy.
Fans. Like I the biggest thing I judge concerts and performances off of is the fucking fans. All right, like this was so far on a different level. Like I have never seen the concourses for any event so empty. When she went on at 8 p.m. promptly both nights,
no one went to the bathroom.
No one. Like it was a fucking ghost town on Friday night. I have never seen the concourse for any event, any concert, any show, game, anything. There's always people on the fucking concourse. Somebody's buying a beer, somebody's taking their kid to the pisser, merchandise tables, whatever. Like ghost town. The minute she started and went on, ghost town. Everyone was in that fucking bowl.
Well, yeah,
everyone was in that fucking bowl, dude. Like, and they stayed the whole fucking time, just like that.
I'm just gonna throw out that if I paid $2,000 to $3,000 for fucking tickets, yeah, when the main act, the reason I paid that goes on, I'm not walking away to not be able to see shit.
That's what I said. So, like,
I'm gonna make sure to chug down the rest of my last beer before the prior act is done, run, go grab another beer, and be back in my fucking spot with a fresh beer by the time she goes on.
Do you know how long she played on Friday night? 3 hours and 45 minutes. Her set was 3 hours and 45 fucking minutes on Friday night.
They're saying she made $46 million just from these two nights.
Concerts. I wouldn't blame. Oh, by the way, since like everybody, like, we talk about Kansas City and Arrowhead all the time and shit, like 72,000 plus.
Oh, there's the bracelets.
Both fucking nights. Yeah, these fucking bracelets. I got a couple from my fucking my homies, the Swifties, dude. Like, I got a couple. 70. So we're talking 144,000 plus screaming Taylor Swifties, dude. Like, and when I say, like, everything about this was so much extra. The stage lit up, and it was lit up by like LED lights and like high def like screens, and she'd have all this stuff for like different songs, like while she's walking around. There was fucking pyro, there was fireworks, okay, there's hydraulics, okay, there's like everything you can imagine for a show. She had something in there. She played acoustic sets. She played the fucking piano. Okay? She had dance routines. She played every motherfucking song she's ever had on the fucking radio. And then she played fucking more. Okay? Like, when I say 40 plus songs, I am not fucking exaggerating. Like, both fucking nights. Mm-hmm. Like, it was so extra. And this lady is 34 years old, walking a fucking 100 goddamn yards back and forth, doing dance routines, getting up on top of shit, remembering the goddamn lines and lyrics to her own fucking songs. You know what I mean? Like, holy fucking shit. Like, there is no, like, Slayer didn't do it. Tool didn't fucking do it. Okay? Like, motherfucking Taylor Swift just showed the world, like, that the world can suck her dick, dude. Okay? Like, the whole world is, like, on her fucking dick right now. All right? Because, like, nobody has ever, like, I've never seen this shit ever before. Like, every show I've ever been, I don't care how well or not well I like a recording artist over her, okay? There's no fucking denying. There is not a single fucking entertainer alive that's better than her right now. I will straight up say it right now. There is no entertainer alive better than her right now.
Not even Sam Smith?
Who the fuck is that? Fuck him. Fuck that motherfucker, dude. No, fuck no. Michael Jackson's dead, homie. MC Hammer fucking retired. Okay, like there is no fucking entertainer in the entire world better than her right now, and I'll bet the house on it.
That's a clip.
Nobody can pull off what she pulled off last night. They're all pussies. No, they're all pussies.
Now,
they all have this like subdued, like, no, fuck no.
I will say from the clip that John showed at the beginning that we had to turn off because it was distracting you, Jay. I will say the only band I've seen put on a good performance live outside of just watching the clips from the KC Arrowhead Swift concert, Slipknot. Slipknot puts on a phenomenal fucking performance.
I have to second that because I've seen a lot of bands. Yeah.
Now I wouldn't say they are above Swift. Unfortunately, no matter how much that breaks my heart to fucking say,
promise
sorry,
you.
Corey Taylor. Love you.
Sorry, Slayer.
They have a
Sorry,
bigger.
Slayer.
They have
like,
the Swifties are a much bigger cult following than anything out there.
that's another point I want to get into, dude. Was the fans
and
how fucking
that's the
beautiful
big thing, because so I've always listened to Slipknot. First time I saw them live was in 2019. My fiance is a big Slipknot fan.
I've seen Slipknot 12 times.
And they were in Virginia for a show. We got tickets. We went, drove 5.5 hours to go to the fucking concert. Stood there for 7 hours for the concert.
Yo.
Like in the pit at a Slipknot show. First time I'd ever seen them live. And it was an amazing show. Unfortunately, I don't have the money to blow to go see fucking Taylor Swift, and I don't work security for fucking Arrowhead Stadium, so I'm never gonna fucking see Taylor Swift.
There's probably gonna be like a Netflix special of this tour, dude. Like, come out someday, I promise.
Yeah.
So,
I have to say though, to piggyback what Squilini was saying, I've seen Slipknot 12 times. I even had the chance of going backstage, like when meeting Linkin Park back in like 2006 or something like that, when it was for the Music as a Weapon tour. Slipknot, I met Disturbed, Linkin Park, Slipknot, and I remember I haven't seen Slipknot in years. We're talking about the Iowa days, which is the best Slipknot album. Death, yeah, I'm actually digitalized Death. Welcome. I know that Anders. I don't know if you know this, Jay. There was an original singer of Slipknot called Anders Kolsefny. Album used to be called Mate, Feed, Kill, Repeat. That original singer is going on tour in Australia right now, doing that tour, which is pretty cool. Look, because there's a cult following just for that album alone. But in the rock stance, yeah, Slipknot is the best. They're the best
When it comes to live performance.
Yes.
I wouldn't say they're the best rock band. But their shows,
but I will
phenomenal.
say, easy competition. You have Lil Nas X. Lil Nas X, his concerts are phenomenal. I watch a lot of concerts on YouTube. You also got the Deftones, who have also great setup. But then you have like Tool, Nine Inch Nails, the Queens of the Stone Age, who I've never gotten to see, and I've always wanted to see. I heard Pantera. I saw Pantera in 1999 and in 2001.
Dope.
And those, we didn't have the screens and the lights then, but oh my god. Can
we talk about Taylor Swift again?
Yeah. We're getting there.
There's so many.
We're having a conversation, Jay.
Going to see them on July 29th in Pittsburgh. Yeah, I mean, I actually wouldn't mind seeing Pantera with Zakk Wylde, New Jersey's own. But it's just like concerts are so fun. They've gotten so intricate with the screens and the lights, But for me, I really just want to see Starset. I'm mad that you got to see Starset before I do, because you didn't even know who the fuck they were.
Why are you hating,
that's what makes
John?
me mad.
Why are you hating, John? Like,
I hate that you have a cool job. That's what I hate.
That's what we were talking about. That's what we were talking about last night, dude. Like late into the evening was like, I didn't get out of the fucking Army and move back to like my birthplace of Kansas City, Missouri, so I could be fucking miserable at like a goddamn 40-hour week suck fest, like sucking somebody else's dick for beer money. You know what I mean? I want to suck my own dick. I want the world to suck my fucking dick. Okay. And it is right now.
I'm gonna say I hate both of you for having cool jobs, because I actually have to work for somebody for 8 hours a day and then do my content. Unlike John, who just gets to produce podcasts all day, and unlike Jay, who gets to go see fucking Taylor Swift free because he works security.
Free twice. Not free. I got fucking paid. I got fucking paid to do that. I just made like 24 hours in fucking 2 days at like over I don't remember what I think they bumped us up this year to like 23 something, and like freaking like, yeah. Well, you can easily do it to yourself any day when you just like free yourself from the fucking shackles of the world, right? And I'd like to say that it's easy to do that. It is not. I know it's a struggle, and like trust me when I say like we live in a very blue collar neighborhood, so like the jobs that I do are very humbling sometimes, like very, very humbling. I'm not like official Arrowhead security. I'm not official security at Kaufman. Like I work with people that are like in the same dire straits as everybody else. Like that, like this is like their third, fourth, fifth job, like, and it's like, I have the freedom of movement to choose how much I either work or don't work right now. And that is I'm very blessed to be in that position. Very grateful.
Thank you,
Very, very
digitalized
grateful.
death. I just realized digitalized death is double D's like ours.
We got fucking huge ones. Double D's, bro. Huge ones. Fucking huge.
Oh man, so you want to get into
some people say all you need is a handful, man. I say fucking take all you can fucking get. Take all you can fucking get.
No, none of us.
The world's gonna take.
None of us
you.
are 101st.
We're not that fucking cool.
Fuck you, bro. I was dude. Hold on. Fucking hold on there. I got plenty of friends that came out 101st, and that's great. There's like several very storied battalions in there, but
I'm saying we're not cool like that. We didn't make it. I didn't make it.
I just didn't get stationed there. I mean,
yeah. I mean, that's all that happened with Bay.
Chris Bodette, I think Chris Bodette got stationed there. He got.
Are you 101? It's funny. I saw a video, a short the other day, of it's called the page is called Bendovers, and it's a military page. There's a bunch of shorts on it, and this dude, this New Boots had a 101 patch. He bought the patch from the PX during boot camp and put the patch on his shoulder. Yeah,
not wise. Not fucking wise.
Yeah, so you can already imagine what that'll happen. Oh, well, welcome, man.
Yeah, absolutely. It's great to have you. It's great to have you. And by the way, freaking, I got a bunch of brothers that freaking came out of 101st, freaking dudes that came out of No Slack, freaking dudes that came out of Bastogne. All them fucking motherfucking Tory fucking graffitiing motherfuckers in Afghanistan. Every goddamn time I was there, I still got respect for you Tory motherfuckers too. All right, so fucking, it's all good. It's all good. We love the 101st here.
Oh,
I was
shit.
I was fucking 4ID. I was 4ID fucking most of my career, and I spent previous time attached to fourth MEB. But that's a whole nother story for another day. Can we talk about Taylor Swift now?
Okay, let's go into the next stuff. Do you have more about Taylor Swift?
I wasn't even close to done. You guys started talking about Slipknot, bro, and like just threw me fucking way off the rails.
Well,
Boo.
at least
Boo.
he's a Swiftie now.
I always was.
No, let's hear what else you got.
Well, I didn't even start talking about the crowd, like the actual
that's
crowd,
right.
like dealing with 72,000 plus people. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, not surprised.
There you go, Jay.
Not surprised. Freaking. So the crowd, the crowd was fucking primarily female. Okay, very female centric. There's plenty of dudes there too. Okay, very heavy representation from the LGBTQ community, which is fucking awesome. All right, I fucking saw like the costumes. So many people came dressed in costumes from like her music videos, shit she's appeared in, fucking like, bro, like the whole night. Like, I'm talking. I've been to fucking ICP concerts, right? Slayer concerts, people that have like a legitimate like cult fucking following, right?
Oh my God, who the hell cares?
God, you suck, dude. You fucking suck, dude. You really just don't want to hear this shit, do you?
No. It's ICP.
Shut up, bitch.
It's ICP.
ICP. Which one?
All of it.
All of it? Oh, you just freaking like, yeah. Hey, man. Hey, you know what? Like that's when I say this is like leagues beyond and like levels above. 72,000 people filled this fucking place up. They stayed in their fucking seats the entire time. They knew every line of just about every song she sang, aside from some of the very, very newest ones.
Like the new shit.
Like, I'm like the very, very newest. I'm talking like shit that came out 3 months ago. They were singing along with her. Okay, I'm talking about shit she like just barely dropped. And like the fans of her are unparalleled. Like, I have never seen a fan kingdom quite like the Swifties. Okay, this yeah, fucking Hugh like Hank Williams the 30 and fucking like Ass Jack and fucking like he was in goddamn Super Joint Ritual with motherfucking Phil Ensemble. Okay, motherfuckers didn't know that. Motherfuckers thought Jay didn't know his fucking shit, dude. Like fucking Super Joint Ritual, man. Fuck yeah, Hank Williams the third, dude. I don't fucking play here, homie.
I didn't even know he was in Super Joint.
Dude, blood for blood, man. Blood for blood, bro. Like let's go on this shit. Like, dude, like there's no comparison to her fans. You know, like everybody was represented. Freaking everybody was flying their flags fucking proudly, dude.
Any impersonators?
Oh yeah, like dude, like it was like I saw everything last night. I saw fucking beautiful women fucking dressed to the nines. People dressed up as Taylor Swift. Girls dressed like boys. Boys dressed like girls. Girls dressed like boys dressed like girls. Like I saw it all. I saw it fucking all, and it was fucking beautiful. And to hear them sing, it wasn't just her singing. It wasn't just her show. To hear the crowd in Kansas City, Missouri at Arrowhead Stadium packed to the fucking gills, singing their goddamn hearts out. They don't just sing along. These motherfuckers from the crowd were like singing their fucking hearts out. I saw more fucking mascara streaks, okay, at the end of the night than when I used to be a fucking single soldier in the Army, okay? Like I'm talking like it was fucking like moms holding their fucking crying daughters, having like the fucking best moment of their fucking lives together. Okay, dads fucking holding on to their baby girls, dude. Like fucking like just praying that they'll remember it someday. You know what I mean? I've had those fucking moments. There was times where I had to fucking like walk back out of the goddamn tunnel just to collect myself for a moment because I was getting caught up in that shit. Like it was hard not to. When you are just like absolutely inundated and flooded with it, it was beautiful. Like like when you brought up those pictures of like all the wristbands and when they're all lit up.
Yeah,
I was on the fucking third level. I was in the fucking nosebleeds, doing like that was where my section was. So I had
must
this
have been like a C, like a
I had
C.
it was like walking out into a sea of fucking stars, and to know that like everybody there was like there together, and like they were all that into it, and like they loved each other that much. They love her that much. Taylor loves them that much. On Friday night, I saw the crowd at Arrowhead. Like Taylor Swift got choked up for a second. She sang this fucking song, which I know, and you guys are gonna hear me out when I say this because I know people do this a lot. I know people do this a lot at concerts. She sang this song as one of the songs she's playing on piano, and apparently it's written about like her grandmother. People pulled out their fucking phones and fucking like lit the place up, and like when she fucking stopped playing that fucking song, like she had to collect herself, and I saw her do it. Like you know me, right? Like
Observant.
Very, very observant, and I also have emotional disturbances in my life, so like I know what it looks like when you're like just fucking holding it in for a second. And I saw her like visibly distract herself by looking at the fans. She distracted herself away from the emotion by looking at her fucking fans and smiling at them, and then like she collected herself before she spoke. And like I'm getting choked up even fucking talking about it.
I can
That's
hear
what
it.
it's like. That's the fucking energy in Kansas City right now. That is the vibe in Kansas City. That's why I love my fucking goddamn birthplace so fucking much. It's different here, and people bring a different vibe, and it's so much more positive than people want it to be. And like they call this place flyover country. I'm here to tell you that I'm living in the middle of a fucking renaissance, and it's fucking beautiful to experience it. I'm a very lucky man. I'm a very humbled and grateful man. Okay, that I get to do stuff like this and share my stories with you guys. Like yes, I'm still living on in an adventure. And yes, sometimes I still feel like Peter Pan, even though I'm not in Neverland anymore. But it's fucking beautiful. It's amazing. And I will say it again. There is no entertainer on earth as good as Taylor Swift right now. Rant complete, Joe. Are you happy, guys? You can talk about fucking Slipknot again. Like, are you guys happy?
Oh man.
What a bitch. Leave it to the MP to be a bitch.
Bruh.
Man. So we have. Okay. What? Wrong button. My bad. My bad.
You suck. No, you don't. I love you guys.
Oh shit!
I love you. I love you. I love you guys. I love you guys.
All right,
Fucking so
so we got a wall of shame.
Okay.
Oh God.
Are we starting? Okay, so we're gonna start with the bad and go into the good. I'm assuming is that what we're doing?
It's gonna be a mix up. I'm trying to find this guy's name right now. No, we don't have his name. But an Army major has lost his Gold Star family's life insurance money when he was enriching himself.
This cocksucker.
An
What?
Army Reserve officer was charged Thursday facing allegations he defrauded Gold Star families by losing $3.4 million while making $1.4 million in commissions. Federal authorities on Friday said that Kaz Craffey, who they described as currently a major in the Army Reserve. What's up with all these majors doing weird shit?
Remember when we talked a couple weeks ago and I said like On the enlisted side, it's E7, and on the fucking officer side, it's fucking 04. Right fucking there, bro.
Go.
Right fucking there, dude.
So they described as currently a major. He misappropriated money between 2008 and 2022 that he was supposed to be investing for families of dead soldiers. And instead of assisting them, he allegedly made them put their money into their investment accounts he privately managed outside official duties for the Army. And in one case, he allegedly misappropriated $50,000 from a minor whose parent died on active duty.
Oh, dude. Dude.
Yeah, so
dude, that asshole.
Dude, off with his fucking head, bro. Like, you fucking how big of a fucking piece of shit are you, dude? Like literally, you wear the fucking uniform, you fucking piece of shit, because that's what you are, you fucking piece of shit. Army fucking major.
But wait, there's more. On top of using investment portfolios, he made high-risk investments far beyond what was agreed upon with the families and did not properly diversify those huge investments, opening up those families to enormous losses.
Oh, my fucking God, dude. Like, oh, my fucking God. Fucking A, Cardenas. Fucking A, Cardenas. Fucking, that's exactly what the fuck I'm talking about, dude. 5 minutes alone. Just give me 5.
Yep.
I don't even need a lot of time. Give me 5
and for
minutes.
context, soldiers, they signed up for the service members group life. They signed up for the service members group life insurance, the SGLI, that program through the Department of Veteran Affairs. It pays out $500,000 to families of service members who die on or off duty. The military services often provide families with financial counselors to help them manage the money. But Crafty had been in the Army Reserve since 2003. His LinkedIn profile using his name outlines an extensive background in finance, including a bachelor's degree in finance from St. John's University and a master's in finance from Rutgers Business School, which is here in New Jersey. The charges say that Caffey has worked with at least 5 wealth management companies.
Like I'm a little agitated right now. Like I'm really like I.
Yeah, it's
these are the ones that like really get my goat, dude. Like I'm not like it. Fucking fuck you. Like fucking fuck you. Fuck you.
Now this is exciting. The U.S. is set to destroy its last chemical weapon, closing a chapter dating to World War I.
I know where that is.
Yep, at a sprawling military installation in the middle of rolling. Oh, wait a minute. Okay. At a sprawling military installation in the middle of the rolling greens hills of eastern Kentucky, a milestone is about to reach the history of warfare dating back to World War I. Workers at the Bluegrass Army Depot are close to destroying rockets filled with GB nerve agent that are the last of the United States declared chemical weapons and completing a decades-long campaign to eliminate a stockpile by the end of the Cold War totaled more than 300,000 tons.
Oh, yes. And there's the chemical depot outside of Pueblo, Colorado, that a lot of people thought I might go work at after I got out of the Army and like stay in Pueblo. And I was like, sorry, guys, I love you guys. And I love Pueblo, Colorado. It was my home for 7 years, but I didn't feel like working at an Army depot. And it's a chemical depot, which means once the chemicals are gone, where's your job go, John? Right. Just saying, just throwing it out there. So why like I chose not to stay in Pueblo, Colorado and move back to my place.
Yep. And there's actually a deadline dating to September 30th of this year to destroy its remaining chemical weapons under the International Chemical Weapons Convention, which took effect in 1997 and was joined by 193 countries. The munitions being destroyed.
These are countries that act in good faith, by the way. Yeah. Not countries like Russia and China and North Korea. Just throwing that out there. These are countries that actually act in good faith.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So it says the munitions being destroyed are the last of 51,000 M55 rockets with the nerve agent, a deadly toxin known as sarin that had been stored at the depot since the 1940s. This is really cool to hear, that they're going out with the old and then with the new nuclear power. So
can I throw something in here?
Of course.
So when I say like countries that act in good faith, we saw fucking sarin gas deployed during the Syrian civil war. I saw you can see what it does to human beings in living color. There's a reason that the United States is acting in good faith and destroying these weapons. There is nothing nice about chemical weapons. And I'm telling you guys right now, like from experience,
They kill you slowly.
Joe knows, John knows, I know. They are very scary. There's a reason during World War fucking II, there's a reason nobody used chemical weapons. Like I cannot overstate that enough. Everybody wonders why nobody used chemical weapons in World War II. It's because everybody still had living memory of all the fucking poor bastards that came back fucked up from World War I.
Yeah.
Like keep that in fucking mind. So go ahead.
No, like I mean,
going, yeah.
Going in good faith and fucking doing this is the best thing because nothing good has come from any of these chemical agents or nerve toxins, neurotoxins, or anything that have been used. Yeah,
this is shit where some of these are so goddamn bad, you don't even have to fucking breathe it in. If it gets on your skin, you are fucking done. You are fucking done. Like there's no overstating how scary chemical weapons actually are. Like if you've not go ahead. I was scrubbed to be deconned in Iraq after finding chlorine and mustard gas fucking rockets that ISIS has made. Yeah, that's my boy Cardenas. That's what the fucking engineers do, homies. They don't fucking play. All right? Like that's the shit I'm talking about. We have been fucking exposed to a lot of stuff. We got the fucking briefings. You didn't. So trust the Army guys and the fucking Marine guys, the ground pounders especially. Fucking when we say chemical weapons should be fucking destroyed. You guys do not want to fucking play with those things. They are fucking bad, and they do not discriminate. If the wind blows the wrong goddamn way, you're gonna goddamn chemical weapon your own ass. You know what I mean? Like there's a reason we don't fucking want these things at all. Like period. Go ahead. Let me wind down here a little bit.
No, that's it with that one. Our next one, and
before we go on to the next one, I've got something that I discovered earlier this week, and I just want to see if either of y'all have ever seen this fucking monstrosity.
Hey, digitized death. That's my first deployment. That's exactly what I did.
What in the world?
This is referred to as the Thing.
The Thing.
The United States military wanted a tank that could just fuck shit up.
And that was it.
So they got together with farmers. The farmers in the Marine Corps designed this motherfucking thing. It's got 6 100 millimeter fucking recoilless rifles attached to it. You want to know how they aim it? Each recoilless rifle has a 50 millimeter fucking gun attached to the top of the fucking rifle.
Awesome.
I love it. Sign me up.
It's a little out of date now, but back in the day, I could see that possibly fucking some shit.
So they used it in the Dominican Republic. The Marine Corps. So once it was tested, it was shown to the Army and the Marine Corps. The Army said, oh, fuck no, because to reload this thing, somebody had to get out the motherfucker to reload each of the 6 guns. So the Army was like, we don't want it.
That's right. Yeah.
The Marine Corps said, we'll take 3.
Rifles are your friend. Recoilless rifles are your friend, Brandon Cleary. Just letting you know. Like, they're your friend. Like my old pal, right? Freaking.
The Marine Corps said, the Marine Corps looked at the company that made them and said, we'll take 300. There was no job specialty, no operator's manual, nothing for how to use this thing. They gave 300 of them to the United States Marine Corps. And then after they got done in Dominican Republic, when Vietnam started, they took all 300 of these fuckers to Vietnam.
Did this hold any chemical missiles in them? Or it was just like just regular
recoilless rifles? Like, dude, I got to fire Carl Gustav fucking one time, and that was really fucking cool. You know what I mean? But like, at the beginning of the war in Ukraine, which we'll get to later on in the show, freaking that's how Ukraine was basically like holding off the fucking Russians, was like recoilless rifles. and blowing up fucking tanks with them, basically.
So when they tested this thing to show the Army and the Marine Corps the power, the backblast from all 6 guns broke bricks loose on the bomb shelter they were standing in and broke all the glass in every vehicle they rode out to the bomb shelter.
It's primitive, but it works, right? Like that's kind of like what are you what are you gonna do? You know what I mean? Like what are you gonna do? What do we got next, fucking John?
Okay, so this one actually, I got some stuff here. I actually had a conversation with Brandon Cleary about this.
Okay.
Recruits wouldn't be tested for marijuana under proposed defense bill amendment. The article here states from military.com, military recruits and prospective officers wouldn't have to go testing for marijuana under a proposed amendment to the annual defense bill.
Who?
Matt Gaetz.
Matt Gaetz, that fucking piece of shit, actually introduced that bill.
Has filed an amendment to the National Defense Authorization Act, or the NDAA, that would bar the military services from making someone take a test for cannabis as a condition of enlisting or commissioning. In quote, he says, our military is facing a recruitment and retainment crisis unlike any other time in American history. I do not believe that prior use of cannabis should exclude Americans from enlisting in the armed forces. We should embrace them for stepping up to serve our country.
Hey, a broken clock is right twice a day. By the way, Matt Gaetz is a fucking fascist. But a broken clock is fucking right twice a day, apparently, because like it's a very common sense bill to be introduced. Like it really is common sense.
Mm-hmm.
Like I remember my recruiter, especially when I joined a lot older. You know what my recruiter told me? Pretend it's the 1980s and just say no, and that's what I fucking did. Like and it is what it is. It is what it is. I'm a product of when I joined. And the era that I joined, I will like the cannabis issue with not just the Army but the entire fucking United States military. First off, marijuana should have never been fucking outlawed in the first place. It goes against a couple of fucking amendments in the Constitution, actually. But the fact that it was the drug war is obviously a fucking bullshit thing. By the way, everybody has said we lost the war on drugs. All that means, just to quote one of my fucking favorite comedians, Bill Hicks, like that people on drugs won a war on drugs. Like, get the fuck out of my face with that shit.
Yep.
You know, like all the fucking boomers taking their fucking benzos and fucking, like fucking codeine and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you're gonna get mad at some kids for fucking smoking reefer behind the fucking alley in a ditch somewhere. Like,
so
get the fuck out of here with that shit.
I have here in quote. I wrote to Brandon this morning for some insight. He says, so this has been talked about amongst recruiting command for a while. From my understanding, if this makes it to law, it would allow individuals to enlist commission with a positive DAT test for THC. It would not affect current DOD drug policy while in service. So basically, you could fail the drug test at MEPS to enlist, but once you sign the dotted line, no more usage. And I asked him,
I'll give him that for now.
So I did ask.
It won't be long before that changes.
Yeah, and then I did ask. I was curious once I saw this. I didn't know how to take it because, well, when you're drug tested, doesn't the test try to detect everything? And he said, yep, the test is basically everything, even CBD, Delta 8, all that shit, while cause a positive result. He added in this funny story too. We had a guy who kept failing a drug test at our office for months, and he sweared up and down that he stopped smoking months ago. Turned out his shampoo or body wash had hemp in it. He stopped using it, and the next week he passed.
Interesting. I think cannabis should be excluded from every fucking drug test fucking from now on. Period. I actually my my security company is getting taken over by another one. And this week now, it's fucking Sunday. This week, I'm taking a drug test. And I'm just going to declare it. Because guess what? I ain't fucking stopping using cannabis, okay?
Yeah.
Like, now, again, didn't get out of the Army to stop fucking smoking,
I also want to say, too, like, Cardenas says the opioid epidemic is a bigger issue. Now, I don't know what you guys have experienced. I don't know the people that you've been around. Now, there was a guy that I remember in boot camp who was addicted to tramadol, and
boy, I bet it fucked him up when he got in those first fucking few days.
Well, yeah, let me tell you something. He had to restart 4 times because he kept on sneaking out of the base and kept on getting caught. he kept on sneaking out of the base. They kept on restarting him. And, and the big thing, every time I saw him, he'd ask me, because I had my foot injury, do you have any tramadol? I'd be like, get the fuck out of here. This is my tramadol. This is mine.
Jesus, John.
Yeah.
Jesus.
And then I'm not even going to lie. I even had a bit of a little blunder with tramadol myself, because, it.
Drugs are bad, okay?
Drugs are bad,
okay?
but it's true. And then Cardenas says, dude, I walked into my recruiting station in 2000 and I told them I smoked today, and they told me to stop, and I did. There was a lot, you go to a recruiting station, my recruiter pretty much told me to stop. I still failed my drug test. And he still said, you're still going.
I think soldiers should be allowed to fucking smoke weed the same way they're allowed to drink.
Yeah. Next we have the Pentagon. This is for America, baby. The Pentagon will no longer offer support to movie makers who censor their movies for China.
Good. Why the fuck would they in the first place?
So our favorite senator, Ted Cruz, said, what does it say to the world when Maverick...
Another fucking corporate sucker Satan cock. Jesus Christ.
He said, what does it say to the world when Maverick is scared of the Chinese communist? I
agree. Again, broken clocks are right twice a day. I'm not going to argue with him on that one.
So he said it in the floor speech while discussing the fiscal 2023 defense policy bill. He was referring to what some eagle-eyed viewers saw in the trailer for the long-awaited Top Gun sequel. It turns out that
no flag of Taiwan, right?
Yep.
Taiwan is a thing. The actual Republic of China,
Japan,
motherfuckers,
and Japan,
and fucking Japan, motherfuckers.
Yeah. So the reason reported was because the studio tried to appease Tencent, a Chinese-based backer of the film. Now, we've talked about Tencent before on this show.
Yeah.
We have, and they're another global conglomerate that likes to suck dick. Politico said it obtained the recent Pentagon document that says the U.S. military will no longer offer technical assistance to filmmakers unless they offer a pledge that the final product won't be altered for approval from the Chinese government.
We don't need China's approval for a fucking thing.
That's right.
You want to fuck around and find out, get the fuck out of our face with that bullshit.
Yeah, and it says too, this policy has been a long time coming. In May 2023, Ted Cruz, as a member of the Senate Foreign Relations Committee, introduced the Stopping Censorship, Restoring Integrity, Protecting Talkies Act, or the SCRIPT Act, an amendment to the fiscal 2023 defense policy bill, which would limit or end Defense Department technical assistance to Hollywood production if those productions censor their films for viewing. For too long, Hollywood has been complicit in China's censorship and propaganda in the name of bigger profits, and the SCRIPT Act will serve as a wake-up call for forcing Hollywood studios to choose between the assistance they need from the American government and the dollars they want from China.
Correct.
I'm all about this.
Me too.
I'm also about this too because I believe in accuracy in film. And to take that away, you're taking away an accuracy. You're kind of like making it non-existent, which is even worse.
That's what fucking China does. They censor everything. They don't allow their people, and they don't want their people to even have a fucking vote or a voice or fucking. They want their people to just be complicit. Okay, there's a fucking Muslim genocide occurring in China right now. People are being used as fucking slave labor, literal slave labor. In China right now. I'm not afraid to say this out loud. I'm not afraid to say it in public. It's fucking happening.
Yeah.
Fuck China. Fuck Xi. Okay. Fuck them all, dude. You're all complicit. And I hate that Hollywood fucking chooses fucking dollars over fucking literal slave labor. Literal slave labor. And a genocide that is occurring right now. Just throwing it out there, guys.
Yep.
I got my DD214. I don't have to fucking censor myself anymore. How about that?
Now let's go to a little lighthearted news. Have you seen a Humvee? Because the military would like it back, please.
What?
If you see a multi-ton vehicle on the road with canvas doors and camo paint job, it's not a tricked out Hummer. It's stolen fucking property, all right, guys? The high mobility multi-purpose wheeled vehicle, also known as the Humvee, was stolen from the Santa Rosa National Guard Armory over the holiday weekend, according to Sergeant Michael Ball of Santa Rosa branch.
Color me not surprised that it got stolen from the fucking National Guard. Color me not surprised.
So, all that tells me is whoever used that Humvee last forgot to fucking put the wheel lock on.
Yep.
Because it's not like you have to go get a key to start the motherfucker. Put it in neutral, turn the switch.
But can I also add in that those wheel locks aren't very secure either?
I mean, it wouldn't be hard, even if there was a wheel lock. I mean, there are bolt cutters and stuff that works on that. But that, first off, balls for fucking sneaking into like what I'm assuming is like a National Guard like armory or fucking whatever, and then balls fucking driving out. So somebody's got a fucking Hummer out there.
Yeah.
What do they need it for? What do they need it for? That's what I'm wondering.
So, not many details have been released about the theft, but it's suspected to have occurred at 10 p.m. Monday. No weapons were in the Humvee, but the CHP said it had no information as to whether anything else was taken during the break-in. The vehicle is brown and green and can be identified by the ID number FSC 3067 spray painted on its bumpers.
How hard is that to fucking remove? More spray paint.
Whoever fucking stole it's already changed the color of the fucking vehicle at this
Jesus
point.
fucking Christ.
Since the theft, several tipsters have reported seeing the vehicle, even reporting that they've seen the vehicle in parts. So that vehicle may not be put together anymore. I'm just saying.
Well, there's one thing that they're excluding out of that news thing is like JP8 is a fucking thing. And you can't just find JP8 fucking anywhere.
That's true.
If you have an old motherfucking engine, this is Mechanic J talking, not Infantry J. If you have an old engine that has been running on nothing but JP8 for the entire existence of its history, and you put regular diesel fuel in it, you fucking stupid idiots. Yeah, I'm talking to you. You fucking stupid idiots. If you put regular diesel fuel into a fucking engine that has been birthed and lived its entire life on JP8, you're going to have a worthless fucking vehicle in about fucking like quicker than you know. That's your fucking friendly fucking like talk from Mechanic J. Like, yeah. Like, so yeah, they probably turned that fucking Humvee into a fucking pile of scrap.
Yeah.
Like, bet money. Because once they ran out of gas, they put the wrong gas back in it.
It's funny too because Mechanic J is the same as Infantry J, guys. He's a stellar prick. It's still a stellar prick asshole.
He knows,
but he's our stellar prick asshole.
And no one could take him from us.
Cardenas was around in my heyday before I got married and had my beautiful daughters, dude. Like, so like he saw me like, you know, when I was like peaking, and like, so he's not fucking wrong. Okay, he's not fucking wrong, but like, I don't when I know something, I fucking know it, and like, and you ain't gonna fucking convince me otherwise. And I know John sometimes hates me for that shit.
It's okay.
you know, whatever.
It's all right. It's good for content. That's the way I see it.
Honestly, it really is. It really is. I go on my little rants. Everybody has a laugh, you know. So yeah.
It's funny too because the most compassionate I've ever seen Jay was when I threw up on the side of his car. He was like, "Dude, are you okay, man? Are you okay?" He had his hand on my back and everything. He was like, "You good, man?"
Dude, like. Bro, we take it, dude, bro. When you're sleeping in a fucking hole in the ground, dude, for fucking weeks on end, dude, like you got to take care of each other. You got to take care of your fucking homies, dude. Like you can't like fucking. We don't make it without each other. Like I would love to say that I'm like this fucking self-made person and fucking robble, and the ultimate fucking truth is always going to be that I was loved and supported my entire life. I didn't do a fucking thing by myself. Not even one. Even when I was in the Army and joining the Army, I didn't do that by myself. I did it because I had love and support of people who fucking actually like genuinely cared about me. And that is our job and our duty now is to continue loving and caring for each other. That I'm sorry, I thought that was the whole fucking point, right? Like I thought like
so too.
It's what I was fucking taught. It's what I was fucking taught. But you know,
yeah. And now to talk about so that we talk about. No, you're good. No, we're getting into the fun stuff. Now this isn't the video that you sent me. I found another really cool video. But talk to us about the 500 days in Ukraine, Jay.
Oh, so okay. Yesterday,
and then I'll put up that video when you're ready. I got some footage here.
That's awesome because then I can type up a fucking spoiler warning too. So, or not a spoiler,
disclaimer, whatever it is.
Disclaimer warning. Yeah, that's probably better to say. So, Yesterday being Saturday here in America, I know the time difference is a little bit off because of how far east they are of us in Ukraine. Yesterday was day 500, and so from the start and the invasion on February 24th, yesterday was the 500th day since Russia invaded Ukraine. It's a big fucking deal. We've been talking about it literally since the beginning on this show. We want to unequivocally state on this show in no uncertain terms, we firmly support fucking Ukraine, her right to fucking defend herself against fucking tyranny and invasion. Okay? The absolute amount and sheer volume of fucking war crimes that have been committed, the fact that the Russian government hasn't collapsed yet shows that the fucking people don't give enough of a fuck to like do anything about it in Russia. Like, Ukraine has every right to defend herself. She's going to take back fucking the Donbass. She's going to take back Crimea. Okay, it's going to be fucking summer in Crimea. All right, and we support Ukraine. We say Slava Ukraini here. Okay? We're not afraid to say this shit, okay, when everybody else is. And there's a reason for that, because these are regular people that were living their own regular lives in their own beautiful fucking hometowns, home cities, home country. All right? This is a country that voluntarily gave up nuclear weapons in their possession in the 1990s with the express promise from two countries. One was the United States, the other was Russia after the Soviet Union collapsed. They got promised by two countries that if they gave up their nuclear weapons, they would be left alone. Okay? This is like, this whole thing has been bullshit from the fucking beginning. Crimea was invaded in 2014 and basically occupied by Russia. Russia is also fucking removing children and trying to force them to fucking start speaking Russian. Like that, like I can't even go into like the amount of atrocity that this whole thing has been. It has been 500 days. On this podcast, we are not going to let you fucking forget about it. You're not allowed to fucking forget on our watch. This is happening right now. I feel guilty sitting here talking about it and not being about it and fucking being there. I literally, like, I can't tell you guys, my stomach gets in knots some nights. Like, this is a very serious global issue. Countries like Russia have become terrorist states. It's a literal terrorist state now. Okay, that's like as bad as it can possibly be. And I love you guys so much. I don't want people to be afraid. I want you to know the Russian army has already like been chopped in half, like by far. And every all that fresh meat that Russia just keeps supplying to Ukraine is getting chopped down too. And it's only going to get worse because all their best have died. All their best are already dead. Okay? So don't be fucking afraid. Russia ain't going to do a fucking thing to you. All right? That's because fucking the country of fucking Ukraine is carrying all the goddamn weight for the fucking world right now. And that includes us. Like, all right? I'm telling you guys right now, they're carrying the fucking weight of the world on their shoulders in their country. Like, Ukraine ain't fucking playing. When the president, fucking Zelensky, said, I don't need a ride, I need ammunition, he emboldened his entire country. He fucking stayed put like the fucking man he is. All right? Like, there is no understating when the president of our country offered him a ride out, he said, fucking fuck no, bro. I'm staying right goddamn fucking here. I ain't fucking going no goddamn where. And then on the very first day when that stupid fucking warship told the Ukrainians on Snake Island to surrender, and they said, Russian warship, go fuck yourself. Yesterday in Ukraine, the president of Ukraine, President Zelensky, he went to Snake Island on day 500.
Yep.
Where the Ukrainian flag is flying right now. Okay? They took it fucking back. And they're going to keep taking shit back. And they're going to take Crimea back. And they're going to burn that fucking bridge to Russia to the fucking ground. Okay? If you are an occupier in fucking Ukraine right now, I urge you, get out while you can. Okay? Surrender. That is your best option. That is your best hope for life right now. Okay? Wagner ain't going to fucking save you. Putin ain't going to fucking save you. And the Ukrainians are very, very rightfully and righteously angry at you right now. I urge you, get the fuck out while you can, because the sunflowers are growing. It's been 500 days, boys. There's fucking sunflower fields everywhere in Ukraine right now. And they are a blooming, boys. They are a blooming. It has been beautiful to watch such a massively, like, invigorated country choose to defend itself righteously. Just absolutely, like, this is a righteous fucking fight. This is a fight against tyranny. This is a fight against freaking corporate global conglomerates and oligarchs and people with way too fucking much money and way too much fucking time on their hands. All right? We don't fucking play that shit here. We call it how we see it. All right? I might be the pot. I definitely know how to call the kettle black. Okay? So just saying, I can't wait till I get to hell, because I got some fucking Russians that I fucking can't wait to get my fucking hands on when I get there. Go ahead, guys. Go ahead.
Well, since we've been covering this, it's been special, having to live, to be alive and mentally aware during a time that a war is going on the other side of the world, because it's real, it could happen here. Canada could do it to us. Mexico could do it to us. I mean, they don't got the strength for it, but I'm just saying,
Did you really just say Canada could do it to us?
Yeah, yeah, they could try, but what?
They're too nice. They'll just come over here and start throwing.
The Canadians don't fuck around though. Like, they took a beach on fucking D-Day with us, homies. Let's not forget. The Canadians were with us on fucking D-Day. Let us not soon forget. Fucking.
You never know. You never know.
Hey, John, can you full screen that and take us off? I want everybody to see this. Like, and I want there is a warning for this. Like, there's pictures, but you're gonna see there are some graphic pictures on here.
With audio or no?
Yeah, do the audio. It's
awesome.
Yeah, do it.
You ready?
Let's go. Fire it up.
Deep snow не спиш, зброя навскіз, кров, сон, злість, тон, узнав. Повітряна тривога, десь танки три горять, а зліва побратими відстрілюють ребят. Ніколи не пробачиш, ніколи не простиш, і прапор синьо-жовтий у рюкзаку лежить. І хай цей град огоню нарешті зникне з неба, на що ви пережили, поставили знамена, прапор у крові став червоно-чорним, кулі наплетять у очі, але разом стоїмо, але разом стоїмо.
Wow. Oh,
I like the last picture. Freaking! Did you see the bloody Russian papers?
Yeah, it's interesting too, because once it hit 127, it showed Snake Island. It's just like, Snake Island was such a, you always hear of these pivotal moments in war, D-Day, Omaha, all this stuff, and then there's Snake Island.
There's Kherson, and when they liberated Kherson, there've been several places that have been liberated, and there's more. There's a lot more to come.
War is devastating. War is very devastating. There's no but about that. And it's just like you hear these. One thing I always love about military history are the stories. Where did this battle happen? Why did this battle happen? How many people died? How many survived? Were there civilians to soldiers on that day?
We've told some of the stories. We told the story of the guy, the engineer that blew himself up on the bridge, and his last words
That's
were
right.
Slava Ukraini. And that was at the beginning.
That was a pivotal moment in the war too.
Fucking beginning. He blew himself up on a bridge because he didn't have enough time to get back across before the Russian tanks got there. Like, And like we told the story of the POW. You saw his picture, the POW that was executed, and his last words were "Slava Ukraini." Like it's well. Let me know. I think it's my turn this week for the final thought. So let me.
Yeah.
Like I can transition real quick if we're ready.
No. Yeah, I'm ready. Do it.
Mm-hmm.
This week for the final thought. I've had a very exhausting weekend, a very emotional weekend. I did a lot of thinking when I was at the concert. I think one of the reasons I like doing concerts and stadium events and sporting events and stuff. Sometimes when I'm away from my family, I miss them so much more, right? And it's like being in the field. It's like being deployed. And a lot of times I'll be at these shows, and sometimes I get overstimulated, or I get maybe a little overwhelmed emotionally sometimes, and it makes me just want to go home. And it reminds me that like home is where my heart is. It reminds me to be a good Jay and not a bad Jay. And the downside of the effects of war, especially after I've gotten out and I've got my DD214, have in some ways very grossly like bubbled to the surface, to an extent that sometimes like I wasn't necessarily prepared for. And it is a struggle sometimes, like, and I think part of what I struggle with is not what I did or where I was. I'm not sorry for a fucking single thing I did in the Army. Okay. Like I firmly believe that the Afghanistan war was just, at least at the beginning. You know what I mean? What I struggle with mightily sometimes is how much suffering I saw. I saw so much suffering, just humanity suffering. And it's really hard to come to grips when you see human beings suffer. If you care. So clearly, like, if it's upsetting me, I must have held on to something in my heart because I still care. I don't like seeing human beings suffer. I don't like seeing children cry I don't like seeing fucking men and women, grown men and women and children scared and terrified out of their fucking minds. And that's why, like, every week we try to bring everybody back down to earth. So, like, no matter what's going on in your life, no matter how bad shit is getting, remember, we can't drop the napalm on the people that we love. Okay? We cannot. We have got to freaking do better. All right? It's okay to be emotional. It's okay to freaking have a bad day. It's okay to be a little bit out of sorts. What we have got to remember constantly is that we have to freaking check ourselves first. You can't put the mask on somebody else when the plane's going down if you don't put yours on first. Okay? We need everybody here. We need all hands on deck. Okay? Ukraine as a whole country realizes this right now. I want you guys to remember somebody is always out there. No matter how cold and alone you feel at night, somebody out there fucking loves you. Somebody out there fucking cares. Okay? Pick up that goddamn phone. Dial every number on the fucking list you got. If nobody answers the phone, you dial 1-800-273-8255. That's 1-800-273-TALK. You can also dial you can dial 988 and you can freaking text star 988. Okay? There are licensed behavioral health specialists waiting to take your call. All right? I see a therapist. I'm not afraid to admit it. I go to a fucking weekly like veterans meeting. I'm not afraid to admit it. I try to keep my mind occupied. I try to keep myself busy with things that bring happiness and joy to my heart because of how fucking dark it gets. I've seen the darkness. I've lived the darkness. My motherfucking nickname was Darkness. It was a call sign. I actually had the call sign Darkness on my second deployment for a couple of missions. No shit. I'm not making that shit up. Okay? I know what the darkness is. I lived in it. And I'm trying to fucking find the light. All right? That light is at the end of the tunnel. Okay? I'm not always going to tell you that it's going to be easy. But you already know how to fight, don't you? You already know how to fight. Learn how to fight for yourself. And as soon as you're freaking back on your feet, get your ass back in that ring and start fighting for the fucking ones you love.
Cool.
They're going to need an advocate someday, just like you needed an advocate when you were in your straits. We don't do anything by ourselves. We do it together as a community, as a tribe, as a brother and sisterhood. Okay? You have every right to be proud of everything you've ever fucking done. You are not suffering from imposter syndrome. You are a fucking badass. So get up on your feet, all right? Dial that number. Your ass better be in formation in approximately 168 hours. We're going to be live next week. We're going to be on time next week, just like we were this week. Like, we love you guys very, very much. We cannot afford to lose a single one. All right? So knock it off. Get those thoughts out of your head. Go eat some good food. Do what you need to do. We got you. Call us. Private message us. I will give you my motherfucking direct number, and I will chat with you. I am not licensed, and I am not a behavioral health specialist, but I will listen. I'll listen to you. I promise you I will. We love you guys.
We love you. And guys, thank you so much for coming to the show. Make sure you check out our Linktree, www.linktree.com/DD214 Network. We have a bunch of merch there. Also, if you guys notice, we now have subtitles in Spanish and in French. They will be coming into each episode from now on in. And catch us next week when we talk about, is your job a nightmare? We're going to break down why is it you or is it the job next week.
I like that.
And we're also going to cover substance found in White House confirmed to be cocaine. That'll all be next week. Thank you guys so much for coming. I love you guys. Squilini. Oh, my God.
Both nights, bitch. Both nights. That's right.
Did she play the same set list twice?
Shut up, bitch.
No, she had her second. The second night was the first night was like, if you want to call it the special night, and then there was a couple of songs that were subtracted basically because it was a 2-night thing, and like so last night was like slightly shorter. So
Shit.
yeah.
Well, see you next week, guys. See you
We
next
love you.
week.